Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've had a recent update. It's because for the last 3 weeks I've been on vacation. We went over to the United Kingdom for vacation, holidays they call it over there. Went to Ireland, Scotland, and England. So this first video is going to be driving on the wrong side of the road. Not really clickbait, it is driving on the wrong side of the road for us, but what we had is we had rented a Nissan X-Trail. It's a little 1.6 liter diesel, 6-speed manual trans with front-wheel drive. I'm pretty sure it wasn't all-wheel drive. I'm pretty sure it was front-wheel drive. At least I spun it in some mud and it was just spinning the front tires. So what we did was we rented a car from Dublin and drove to the west coast of Ireland called the Cliffs of Moher. The views were pretty impressive. I'll have some footage of that later. But what we did was, and we didn't do that all in one drive. That was probably like 6 or 7 hours of driving, but we broke it up. We drove to the south coast of Ireland, did some touristy stuff there, did the Blarney Castle. We drove out to Cork, spent the night there, and I want to say we did 3 or 4 nights outside of Dublin, 3 nights in Dublin. So we were only in Ireland for about 6 days. So I actually wanted to get some footage of driving in Ireland. The roads out there are fine. I mean, you know, it's got some your typical potholes and ruts and stuff. But learning how to drive a stick shift on the wrong side of the car, shifting with your left hand, not your right hand, was totally like mind-blowing for me. Because I've traveled overseas before, I've driven overseas, but it's all been in Europe, you know, like the continental Europe and specifically Germany on the Autobahn. We stayed in a financial district in Dublin, and that's where we got our car dropped off to us, and it was just pretty crazy starting off in a major city, going through stoplights, intersections, roundabouts. That's, you know, they love their traffic circles, and it's just kind of crazy learning how to drive stick on the wrong side of the car, and just everything being backwards to us. So, but once we got out of Dublin, the driving was fine. I didn't really shoot much in the city or through the country. Kind of wish I had, because there's a mountain range going through, like, going from Dublin to Cork. There's a mountain range you have to drive over. And I'd stopped and took a bunch of pictures, but fortunately I didn't get any film of it. I didn't think of it. And honestly, filming on a mountain road, having to stop for sheep, that was crazy. We had to stop several times for sheep. I know I got some footage of that. I'll put that later in the video. But it was a real scenic, like, nervous, like, death grip on the wheel the whole time. Because, you know, like I said, you're driving on the wrong side of the road. But anyway, this first footage is going to be the Cliffs of Moher. And then I'm going to go to just driving from the coast and inland. You're going to see very narrow roads. Like, the Irish just, I guess, don't believe in runoffs or, you know, the side of the road at all. Literally, they build stone fences right up to the road line, and hedges and weeds and grass grow literally right against the road. So, like, the hedgerows were insane. So just, you'll actually see, I have an external shot of the car, we'll walk around, there's damage on the car. I didn't do that. That was already on the car. So people hit rocks all the time, which is crazy because you think you'll just rub up against like a bush or something. But no, it's like rock, and I guess every square inch of that country is claimed. So there weren't really any flat parts of the country that were like open and you could just pull over, you know, like, but it's just pretty crazy. But anyway, it was just pretty crazy. I also drove with the Ring of Kerry. I didn't shoot any footage of that, but I should have. Unfortunately, again, didn't think of it. But that is a 1-lane road that has a white divided line going down the middle of it, basically saying that it's a 2-lane road, but really it's not much wider than your car, and you have to deal with tour buses, because tour buses drive along that route, and there's pull-offs and visitor stuff and tourist stuff to do. So you're fighting, driving the wrong side of the road, a stick shift, in a kind of bigger SUV. I mean, it's not like a Ford Explorer, it's probably like an Equinox or a Ford Escape type size vehicle. And then you're fighting with tour buses, and we got ran off the road. We were coming around a blind corner, and tour bus didn't even stop, just kept going. I slammed on the brakes, pulls it hard to the left, you know, to try to get off the road as far as I can, and it just we essentially got ran off the road by the bus, and the guy didn't even care. So I had to back up, and it was just insane. So if you can skip the ring of carry, do it on a tour bus. Don't drive it. That's my recommendation. But it's just pretty crazy. Okay, guys, here is some more footage from the Irish countryside showing the super narrow roads. Hope you guys enjoy it. The next footage is going to be a classic traffic circle, roundabout, whatever you want to call it. And my advice for that is just stay, you know, obviously turn left, don't turn right, turn left. And what I found was easiest, sometimes the traffic circles had like 1 or 2 lanes. I always stuck to the furthest to the right lane. That way, if you have to get off, you can kind of work your way around. And if you miss your exit, you can just drive around again, because again, you're in the closest lane to the circle, to the inner part of the circle. And those were pretty fine, didn't have any issues. Only got lost once or twice, had to go like a full circle on those, but that happens. And the next footage is going to be actually driving on the motorway, interstate, whatever you want to call it, through Ireland. Those were pretty simple. You know, it's a little weird driving the center line, you know, the center lane being the fast lane is all the way to the right instead of all the way to the left like here. So that was a little different. And the exits are on the left. So that was kind of weird getting on and off the interstate over there. My recommendation for driving on interstate would be stay to the left. You know, pass people when you have to, get over to the right, you know, go fast, you know, pass the guy, then get back to the left. I didn't run into any people being lane hogs in Ireland or England. And it just, you know, I really wish people understood that concept here in America. It's like the left is for, you know, in our case, the far inner lane is for passing and not riding in. And, you know, I made good time. I didn't have any traffic jams. I didn't see any road rage on the interstates or anything like that. So it just, you know, I kind of wish more Americans knew how to drive, you know, get the hell out of the way, you know, pass and get back over. So that's just something I observed. And as soon as we got back to the States, you know, people were lane hogging, and I was just like, man, I kind of wish I was still back over there. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed the footage of driving on the wrong side of the road, you know, driving in Ireland. I know the footage wasn't super exciting. I didn't capture any accidents or anything like that, but just thought people would like to see, you know, some of the scenery in Ireland, some of the tourist things, the Cliffs of Moher, and I just thought you guys would enjoy it. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks and have a great day.